And now we have a really great opening keynote, a man actually that probably needs no introduction, a real kind of OG of the Crypto Valley, who's going to walk through a little bit of what's been happening in the Crypto Valley since its very early days and his kind of, let's say, journey amongst it, and hopefully give you some insights around what has been happening. So without further ado, I let Ralph take the stage. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause.
So good morning, everyone. It's quite hard to do a keynote on a Friday at 9:15, and I thank everyone for being here and not to being too much partying yesterday. So for myself, I moved in 2005 to this little boring town called Zug. 2005 was before the crypto craziness. Zug was already famous for being the commodity valley. You probably heard about a Mr. called Mark Rich. Mark Rich created the commodity business in Switzerland and in Zug, and that made Zug famous at the end of the day. And famous not only in terms of international known, also famous in terms of financially strong, independent, and open to innovate. And you see this picture here, this describes my life. On the left side, you see the Zuckerberg. On the right side, it's not Riesch, it's Dubai. So, and what does that mean in terms of numbers and in terms of ecosystems? You heard about the Crypto Valley. The term Crypto Valley comes originally from Silicon Valley, Crypto Valley, and this Crypto Valley grew very fast from the first companies in 2013, like Bitcoin Swiss and a few others, to today 1,250 companies and more than 5,000 people working in that space. What is important when we talk about the Crypto Valley is whole Switzerland and Liechtenstein. It's not Zug alone. Zug is the heart of the Crypto Valley. That's an important thing because here it started off. But when you compare us internationally, and sometimes I'm speaking in Singapore and other countries, and I would say, yeah, Zug, you know, it's 30 kilometers in the south of Zurich. You drive 25 minutes. It's basically, in Zug I say Zurich is part of Zug. Quite simple. On the other side, Crypto Oasis, the Middle East, MENA region. I was always a fan of what's happening over there. I came the first time 1998 to Dubai, and they built something called the Internet City and the Media City at this time. And I was wondering, who is going to be there? Is someone using that? 3 years later, I came back. Microsoft, Oracle, IBM, all filled up. So what they did, they built infrastructure, and people came and used the infrastructure. Then a very important thing for an ecosystem is capital. You need to raise capital for startups. You need capital for projects in the corporate world. You need capital on the government side, so you need tax income and other stuff. And in both countries, we have all of that. And in 2016, I brought the idea of Crypto Valley also to Dubai and connected over there with the blockchain community. And since then to today, we identified 1,800 companies in the Middle East. So it's a little bit unfair to compare that because one example, Binance, we helped them to open up the first company in the UAE in September 2021. In August 2022, Binance had 700 employees. Now imagine hiring 700 people in Zug in 1 year. Alberto Diaz would fight with me about the visas because we have probably 35 visas available and we only need 700. Then please try to find living room for 700 people. So Switzerland is not made to scale fast. But Switzerland is very stable, very reliable, and has a strong backhand. So this strengths together. So people tell me, hey, Ralph, we only see you in Crypto Oasis, only in the Middle East. You don't like Switzerland anymore. Totally not true. I'm the biggest fan of Zug you can imagine. And I'm Austrian, that means something. So we tried it again from the inside out instead of coming over the mountains. That's the other story. So good. Here a little bit of story about the Crypto Valley in terms of companies and when happened something. And sorry for doing a little bit of self-advertisement. The two lines on the top are companies and initiatives we started by ourselves. And I have been lucky. I founded in ACTA, our consulting company, in 2009 in Zug on Dammstraße 16. So 2009, the year of Bitcoin, I had no clue about Bitcoin. So I'm not proclaiming that I was part of that, just to be clear. But it was exactly the same year. In 2013, the first company in Zug was Monetas. I didn't put it on it again because they're already bankrupt again. But the most relevant one is Bitcoin Swiss. You heard about Bitcoin Swiss. They're celebrating this year 10 years. A very strong service provider. I'm happy to be a very small shareholder in Bitcoin Swiss and to be part of this success story at the end of the day. And then after Bitcoin Swiss, there was a long time on the corporate side, not a lot of happening. But the reason for the main success of Zug was the Ethereum Foundation setting up in Switzerland. Without the Ethereum Foundation in Switzerland, we wouldn't be there where we are now. And there was a legal firm, MME, with the founder behind Luca Müller, who thought about that the foundation model could work for blockchain layer ones. And this was a genius idea. And when you look at this line there, you see Cardano, Dfinity, Tezos, Web3 Foundation, Casper Lab, Solana, and so on and so on. So the very important thing is this foundation model worked out for the biggest foundations in the world. And yesterday we had the dinner here, thanks to the Crypto Valley conference, and the president of the Solana Foundation, Lily Leo, was there, the founder of Dfinity, Dom was there. So the people are really here. It's not only a post box. Of course, we don't have everyone here, but people are here. A lot of you probably don't know, Michael Liese is the co-founder of Vitalik from Ethereum. He wrote in 2011 the Bitcoin newsletter with Vitalik. Michael is still living in Zug. Most people don't know him, but he's still here. And he was key that Ethereum came to Switzerland. Then on the lower level, you see a lot of corporate initiatives. So the first association or government and association initiatives. The first association in 2013 was the Bitcoin Association, Switzerland. Lukas Becher, the president today, important because the oldest fintech association in Switzerland. Then already in 2014, who from you knew about Bitcoin in 2014? I would like to see your hand. Be honest, I'm sure not a lot. So the Swiss government published the first report about Bitcoin already in 2014. That's on a worldwide scale very, very early. And then when we look further, Zug accepts Bitcoin in 2016. On the other side, the Dubai blockchain strategy was made. They said until 2022, we want to have 80% of our digital process on the blockchain. Did it happen? No, it didn't. But having a strategy and trying to push it forward is a good idea at the end of the day. Then in Switzerland, we co-founded the Swiss Blockchain Federation to get the laws ready. The DLT law came in place in 2020. 2018, the FINMA was one of the first regulators worldwide talking about ICO regulations. ADGM in Abu Dhabi basically copied the document 6 months later and published it as well. But so Switzerland was on the forefront of innovation. And what was my luck on that side? My luck was only that I'm living in Zug. And that we opened the business center and we had companies knocking on the door and asking, are there blockchain companies around? And I was thinking, something special is happening here. And then it's a question of taking the opportunity and being an active part of that and trying to push that forward. Later on, we created the Crypto Valley Labs. We created the Chat Club, who has been at the party probably 2 days ago. The Crypto Valley is the reason that the Chat Club exists today. So I'm happy to do that. And there are a lot of other projects in detail I don't want to talk about because I only have 10 minutes. But for me, also important, big corporates in Switzerland, like the Swiss Post, adopted that technology. Who is an owner of a crypto stamp here in the room? More than 2014 knew about Bitcoin, that's good. Inacta is the company behind the crypto stamp. So we built the technology for the crypto stamp, for example. And who knows that last year AXA Insurance accepted Bitcoin as a payment? Probably not a lot of you, because they stopped it again because of sustainability. But we have been the company behind implementing Bitcoin payment for the biggest insurance company in the world. Not a bad thing. Is there a lot of transactions on it? Probably not. But does it show it works? Yes. And now coming back to the difference of Switzerland and Dubai. In Switzerland, we are proving technology. In Switzerland, we are having the first regulation on it. But in Switzerland, we are also, every one of us has most likely 3 bank accounts, 5 credit cards, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, whatever. Do we need to pay with Bitcoin? Not necessarily. In the UAE last year, there have been more than 1 billion in transactions in real estate in crypto. More than $1 billion. So there's a need, because there are people coming from China, from Russia, from Australia, from Africa, and they want to buy real estate, and they find a way to transfer crypto easier than real cash at the end of the day. And there are other places worldwide with unbanked people, with people really in need for the technology. We are not in Switzerland. We trust our government. We trust our counterparties. But this technology brings trust and brings traceability for other countries, for other regions. But we are on the forefront to build that, and that's the interesting story. So, what exactly are we doing as Inacta Ventures? Inacta itself is a classic consulting company, so we are doing digital transformation for big corporations. Inacta Ventures, which I'm heading now, is a team of 40 people, and we are helping corporates and startups to implement Web3 technology. What does that mean? We're starting on the lower level. We are building this ecosystem. We are helping to build this ecosystem. Exactly like today, conferences, networking. We are collecting the data of all the companies in Switzerland, in the UAE, to have a basis to what are we talking about? How big is this community? I mean, we started with CV Labs here to collect this data in 2017, and the first report was about 50 companies. And then the media came back, the canton came back, and all the people wanted to know more about that data. I'm not anymore with CVVC and CV Labs, I left that, but we're still collecting data. We are preparing a report about the layer ones now. We want to show on this report about the layer ones that Switzerland has the majority share of layer ones worldwide. And I mean, look at this, 20 years ago, the Silicon Valley and Asia ruled the world. We have an opportunity to get a bit of this power back and decentralize it a bit. And the fast centralizing of wealth is not that what I'm looking for. So Binance is not a very good example for decentralized technology, in my opinion. And I met CC on Monday, so no offense against him, but having a company which is controlling 80% of the market is probably the opposite of that what the decentralized world should aim for. But coming back to that, thought leadership, education, events, reports, research, this is the basis on that you can build. Then, on the building, we are helping ventures, we are giving services. Only in Dubai, we onboarded more than 400 companies in the blockchain space in 18 months. So we help them to find the right regulation, the right free zone to get forward. Venture building, so that means the full venture. Our newest venture is called the Green Block, and we didn't publish it yet, but you will hear about it, I'm sure. The Green Block is our new ecosystem about Web3 and sustainability, because I believe Web3 and sustainability is a perfect match. The financial market, what we have seen now, is interesting, but it's only money making. I'm not a big fan of it. But bringing into sustainability, transparency and tracking that, all the things around carbon credits, about alternative energy, waste management, and so on. And we are preparing a big initiative. We already collected 360 companies in that space, and we are going to go to COP28 in the UAE and to the World Economic Forum in January. And why are we doing that? At the end of the day, when we collect the data, we would like to invest in the best companies. So this is the top level of what you see in the back of me. It's the capital activation. We invested only in the last 18 months in 40 companies. So when you look in 1,800 companies in the UAE, and you know all of them, it's a little bit easier to invest into 40 companies. So we try to structure that process. Not big tickets, rather small tickets, 50K to probably 500K. In the sustainability side, we are co-announcing a bigger fund now, and I believe capital in that area will really come together and putting the big corporate world with the startup world together. So if you want to learn more about what we are doing, there's a link where you can subscribe. In Acta Ventures is the venture I'm leading, which is only starting right now. So we are putting all the things together, which I did the last 10 years, and put it under one umbrella. And we will talk to people to be part of that journey. And with that, I'm giving back to the host. Thank you very much, guys.